My name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Well, as usual on our board, we have the discussion that we had from the last video, and we'll go through a slight review because much of this information will be used on our next adventure. So in the video today. So this was our video back then. Surprising new truth. Mind is quantum and the body is classical. And we went through these things here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time except to go through and see that consciousness is the one mind. And in this model, consciousness is fundamental. And out of that, we went through AI and got the characteristics for a living system. And we concluded, I concluded, that consciousness is a living organism. Now check that out. I'll reference it. And the other thing that we talked about, your mind is an extension of the one mind. Your mind is an extension of the one mind. And so we use this model where we had the one mind as an extension. And here's your mind. Okay? Here's your body. Body and mind are entangled into one system in the mind-body connection. And in that relationship, your body is the learner and your mind is the learner and your body is the learning device. And the learning field or the environment that the body operates in is how the body expresses new information that is entangled with your mind and is an extension of consciousness. So through this process, consciousness is becoming aware of itself. That's the whole thing. And now on to our next adventure, and it's going to start now. And this is our subject for today, in our video today. And here's what it is. I'll read it off my little paper. The one mind, a simple truth. Knives cannot cleave it. Fire cannot burn it. Now, this is part of a quote from, I think the first time I heard it was from Deepak Chopra on Chopra's Well or something. But there's another part to it, too. I just didn't have room to put it up there. Water can't dampen it. Now, I don't remember exactly where that quote comes from. I thought maybe it was from the Bhagavad Gita, but I'm not sure. But anyway, this is our subject. Right now, we're going to talk about the one mind, the infinite field of everything. And in that infinite field is the word infinity. Now, infinity is a strange concept. It has a symbol, and it's called the lazy 8. Because it's not a number. It represents a very big number, but it's only a symbol. So If you go to AI, this is what you'll find out. The word infinity means limitless or endless and refers to something in space extends space extends or size that is impossible to measure or calculate. But it turns up in calculations a lot. And so in some of the mathematics, there's a conundrum that you can, from the symbol, you can have two times infinity. But actually, it's still infinity because it's not a number, it's a symbol. And a lot of times we get confused and use it as a number, but it's not. It's a symbol of something that you can't measure or calculate. So if you have any questions about that, ask a mathematician, not me. Also, so it's a concept, very important concept, but it's just a concept. Separateness. Separateness is an illusion in the illusion. Because in fact, everything is interconnected. Everything. You can't go anywhere that you're not in this infinite energy system of the one mind. It's an infinite, it's the infinite energy system. And the one mind is the one quantum field from which everything arises. So the concept of separateness, when you get behind it, in the illusion, you think, oh yeah, everything's separate and I'm alone or I'm with family or you could be separate, but you can't. So again, we checked AI and asked this question, is everything interrelated? And here's what she says. Yes, everything is interrelated. A concept that is supported by science, philosophy, and ecology. This interconnectedness is evident from the smallest level, like an atom, like atoms forming everything, to the largest, such as ecosystems and the entire universe. Even seemingly separate events and actions have ripple effects, while a holistic or ecological worldview considers everything to be part of a single integrated system. A single integrated system. This is an integrated system. So now we are having a little Earl Grey tea today as we discuss this very interesting topic. And if anybody knows where that quote comes from, let me know and let me know what you think about that quote. Now, we're going to put on the board here some things that we have talked about in the past, and it will be relevant to this. So here's what they are. And I'll put them up here so you can kind of look at them. Consciousness is fundamental, infinite, and cannot be divided. I didn't mention that before, but you can't divide infinity. It's everywhere. It's everything. And that's what the one mind is. Consciousness is the one mind from which everything arises. The egoic world is an illusion where things appear to be separate, but they can never be. Another thing we talked about, the egoic world is the stage on which consciousness appears to lose itself in separateness, divesting itself from its true nature. And we all do that too. Part of the being here, it seems to be the goal, is to awaken to our true nature. Oh, and there are all kinds of techniques to help you do that. In the illusion, consciousness experiences itself in all its many forms. You are an avatar of consciousness in the play of Maya as I am. So those are some of the things that we talked about here in the illusion. Now, let's get back to our little model here. Here we have what we talked about in the last video, the mind-body connection. Your mind is quantum. Why? It's an extension of the one mind. And so here's your mind attached to or connected to your body. And the body is both quantum and classical. And so this interrelationship is entangled. Now, as the body in the classical egoic world ventures forth throughout this lifetime and has all kinds of things happen, as it does, as that information comes through the body, through entanglement, goes to the mind as quantum information. And that information then goes to the one mind. And if through this process of not only you, but everybody else, the one mind of consciousness becomes aware of itself. And so that's all those things we talked about. That's all we talked about before. So you should be right up to speed as we move on. Now, let me see, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? No, not right now. But I don't want to forget A Course in Miracles, because there's two statements that I want to bring up. Over here is a slightly different model on this side of the board. Here we have cause and effect. Now, between the two, there is a wall. Why? Well, many times we see the effect through our senses. So it's not just seeing. We touch things, we hear things, and we see effects here. If it's health related, then these are called symptoms. So you have symptoms here. And symptoms are effects. And so you have cause and effect. Now, physically, these are patterns. Now, I drew here to give you an idea. I picked the ocean and patterns in the ocean. So we have patterns, and we look at the patterns and we make determinations. So we observe the patterns. Now, here's another thing, and I didn't put it up there, but you're aware of it. You cannot make a pure, objective observation. Impossible. And if you go to AI through Google search, she'll tell you, we humans, because of our belief system and our lens of perception, cannot make a pure, objective observation. So even though you're looking at these patterns, you are interpreting them through characteristics that come up through what you believe, your life experiences and all of that. And so you create from this the cause, or what you believe is the cause. It's your best guess based upon these patterns. Now, you're not going to know what it is because you are not going to physically see the cause. Taste it, smell it, whatever your senses do. You're not going to see it. Why? The other videos, and if you look at that playlist, standard model for the illusion, you'll find out that you reduce everything through your lens of perception, and you never see what's there. But you will believe you do. Sad situation. Let me give you, that's why I drew it this way, to give you a model. So if we take the ocean, calm ocean, and we look out into the ocean and we see a wake, whether we're in a helicopter or something. Oh, there's a wake in the ocean. There's a pattern. And the pattern goes up and down, up and down, but it doesn't leave the ocean. It is attached to this system. But we draw conclusions based upon what we see, based upon our belief system, our values, our life experiences, all kinds of stuff. And we can draw conclusions and we can test them. And many times reproduce the pattern. We say, oh, well, now we know what it is, because I come up with a theory, and the theory is tested, and it matches what we're going to do. So this, we know what this is. Over here, the cause. No, you don't. Why? You can never see this the way it is. You can only see these patterns, life patterns, the way you are, based upon your belief system and values and everything. So we try to get a consensus from all the people. We say, wow, we got consensus. Look, we had all these experts look at these patterns, and they come up with the same thing. They all go through the same process. So one guy seeing it this way, which is not what is, but matches his belief system. And then we get another guy, and he looks at it through his belief system, and the result is, well, they're both the same. Well, that must be true. That's not true. Why? You can never make a pure, objective observation. And from that standpoint, you will never see the cause. When you think about subatomic particles, it goes through the same thing. Those are just patterns. Whether you see it in a collider, hadron colliders, or you see it in some other form of testing, you are not seeing what's there. You're seeing through your lens of perception. Now, you can reproduce it. I'm not saying you can't reproduce it. They say, well, then we can use it. Yes, you can, to a certain degree. But now here is this wake in the ocean. And you can measure all kinds of things. You can measure the how cold the water is, how hot the water is, how high the wake is of this. You can measure how wide it is, how long it is, all kinds of stuff. Measure all kinds of stuff. What's the cause? Well, you say, well, it's a ship. Anybody knows that. It's the ocean. It's a ship going through the water. What kind of ship? Well, based upon the height and width and the temperature and how long it's been in the water, and the wide and the softness of it. It's a cargo ship. What kind of cargo ship? Well, it's a big ship. Well, you know, it's not an aircraft carrier. Well, it could be, but this is what we come up with. And, well, could it be a passenger ship? Well, maybe. Could it be a submarine on the surface? Well, yeah, but it has a little slightly different over here. Is a pleasure cruiser. A big one, a little one. Well, it could be. The cause is unknown. That's why there's a little question mark there. So this pattern out here has an effect, does not give you the cause in here, the thing in itself. These are all, no matter how you do it, these are all best guesses. But you can never for sure say what this is unless you clean your lens of perception and see this directly. You never see the thing in itself. And everything that you observe with your senses is the same way. You can never see the thing in itself. Now, if you look at the end of some of my videos, I have a 3-second statement. Most of the time, I change it a little bit. You never see me. And as you are looking at this video right now, you never see me. You can only see your interpretation of the patterns that you are interpreting about me. You never see the thing in itself. Why? I'm an energy system, as you are. And when we start looking and begin to realize we're not seeing anything the way it is, all the wars, all of the sadness, all of the happiness, everything that's going on, you're really not seeing it. You're not experiencing it, the thing in itself. You are experiencing your interpretation through the lens of your perception and your belief system. And this is what the one mind is trying to figure out, to know itself. And like the statement over the gate at Delphi, know yourself. If you don't know yourself and purify your lens of perception, you can't know me or anything else. So let us look now at A Course in Miracles, and let's just see what it says here. And here's what the Course brings to our attention. Oneness cannot be divided. Oneness cannot be divided. We are in the oneness of the infinite field of everything within consciousness. Your mind and my mind that are extensions from consciousness, the one mind, are not separate from the one mind. Your mind and my mind, behind the illusion, is the one mind. We are in the play of Maya. We're in that play where we have forgotten our original self. And now another statement in the Course. Communication between what cannot be divided cannot cease. We're in constant communication, you and I. On a conscious level, we're not going to know that. Behind the conscious level, in the subconscious, and in the oneness, we're one. And we are communicating all the time. And in another video, I questioned free will. In the conscious mind, we think we have free will, that we can just do whatever we want to do. But behind the illusion, there's only one. And only one has free will. It wants to know itself. And it does so through us. Oh, we have to play our part within this drama of the egoic world. And that's what we're doing. A little bit here, a little bit there, and all together, the one mind is knowing itself. Oh, there's much to talk about here in the illusion. But a lot, you might care to take a look at that. And another thing, just because at certain times, it's recognized. Here's one of these times. It's from William Shakespeare. And here's what it is. It's from one of his plays. It is As You Like It. And he observed all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many roles, his acts being 7 stages. And if you want to know what the stages is, check out that play. You are much more than you think you are. And you're much more important than you think you are. Be good to yourself. And we look forward to seeing you next time, right here, as always, in the illusion.